let's go on a trip. So you've heard me talk about some really esoteric subjects on this channel, and one of them is controlling the matrix, your matrix, which is possibly controlling outcomes around you. Everybody wants to know how to do this, how you develop this. Well, it takes time. First thing you need to do is go to the gym of your mind. So you need to start developing this a little bit at a time. Most of you aren't even aware. So throughout your day, you're gonna get little tiny things that you normally would ignore. For example, something will tell you, I don't know, let's say you smoke. Something will tell you that you're gonna forget your cigarette lighter, but you won't even pay attention to it. Or your car keys. And you won't pay attention to these things. And then it'll happen. And you'll be like, damn, where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my credit card? So, these little voices are around you and they tell you little things. I've given the example once before that I was going to put some oatmeal or something in the microwave, and there was a ceramic bowl I've used often in the microwave, and something told me not to take that bowl, not to put it in the microwave. So I didn't. I used a different bowl. And later on that afternoon, I went back to the cabinet, took out the same bowl, put something else, put it in the microwave. You know what happened? Within a second of being in the microwave, it just split right in half. Now, these are the little things we ignore. These are the little things that tell me, the price of Bitcoin is going to be below 6,000 on such and such a date. And this is why I sold all my Bitcoin at 16,000. People thought I was crazy. I seen it. I seen it in my matrix. There was something called Verdure coin. People asked why I went crazy and put 8 Bitcoins in there, about $45,000. Because I seen it going over $100 a token. It went to like $200 or $300 a token almost instantly. And then the only people who were able to withdraw were the people who put tiny amounts, because they limited the amount you can take out. So these things are all around us. How do I choose the programs that I go into? Why does it seem that everything I touch makes money? People have accused me of time travel. Maybe that's part of it. It takes me to something else. The Matrix that we all live in. I feel you can tap into this. I feel that you can tap into this. See, right now in your matrix, I'm speaking to you. Now, as you become aware, and this will take many more videos to explain what this is, you can call it God, you can call it energy, you can call it the collective of all of us that most don't know how to use. This allows you to change events in your life. Once you can find out how to control these things, nothing matters. You can lose your job. You can become penniless and lose everything. You will have no fear, because you will know what's around the corner. If you only knew my real story, it's mind-boggling. Now, going back to how I got this way. If you ever seen some of those movies with the mutants, what was that, X-Men? It's like that. It's like a superhero power. It gets stronger and stronger, and you have it too. But I had an opportunity to develop it. Counseled hundreds of people without knowing anything about them, never asked a question. And well, somehow I began to know things. I don't believe in psychics, they're full of it. I don't light candles, I don't look at the moon, none of that. But your intention, the power of your mind is very strong. Let's talk about the dark side. Let's talk about what they call black magic, what people call Santeria, Satan worship, demonic stuff, all of that, even Haitian voodoo. Is it really that you're connecting with the spirits, Or is it the power of your intention? Again, I come back to the power of your mind. So the intention. When you do these rituals, I've partaked or I've been involved in many of these things because it's a learning process. I've seen rituals, not sacrifice kind of stuff, but just things. You know, that Tony Robbins shit, walking through fire. You know, that comes from Santeria. It's true. I've walked through fire many times. I've had what they call saints received. Now, I believe in God. I went to Catholic school. And do these things work? I think they do because I've seen results, but I don't think it's because of what you're doing. I think it's more of the intention. The intention. See, I can give you so many examples of rituals where it's the intention, writing the person's name, doing something, invoking wishes on these people. So all of this stuff, and even in the primitive cultures, when they did voodoo sacrifices and everything, they just didn't understand that what it really was is the intention that you send out in the Matrrix. It's the intention. Now, you can use it for good, you can use it for bad. I've done, I'd say, 99% good. But sometimes you have to be a warrior. Sometimes you have to fuck people up. And karma, I mentioned it before. Karma is what people say who don't know how to use the power of their mind to protect and be a hero, warrior, protector, provider. They don't know how to use that power, so they're afraid of it. Like a little bitch YouTuber, Robot Apple Farm, said he couldn't talk to me because I do black magic. I'll turn you into a fucking shoe, asshole. Anyway, I don't do black magic. There's no such thing. There's power of your mind. I am almost at the point, this is gonna sound out there, I can move people. I can move people with the power of my mind. You can almost, and I can go into that in detail, but you can almost, you get to a point where you can instantly scan somebody and know what their issue is. Without somebody walking by you in a crowd. You can know if they're sick. You can know when people are gonna die. It's crazy. But it only comes to you, this power, as you need it. It's like Batman becomes Batman when he needs to become Batman. So, you're going about your day, and something may tell you, go back in your house, you forgot something. Don't get in this elevator. You shouldn't walk down this street. Maybe you should take that street instead. Are you going to just say no and ignore it? Why do you think you got that message? Why do you think so many people every day get into accidents? Car accidents. They slip and fall. All of these things. Is it coincidence? Did they have warning? Did they listen? They probably did, but they're probably deaf. They're probably deaf. And I don't mean deaf, Helen Keller deaf. You know what I mean. That's enough for today. Subscribe. And share these videos. Freak your friends out. I'm going to tell you things that nobody wants you to know. Forget all the crap. Oh my gosh, I can even tell you about alcohol. You want to know about alcohol? I'm going to tell you. Ready for this? How many times have you drank a little too much and did or said something you regret? Some people black out. Some people have murdered people and wound up in jail and didn't even have any recollection. Now when you drive by the liquor store, what does that sign say? What does it say? It says wine and spirits. Did you ever wonder about that? Why they call it spirits? Why it changes you so much? Well, my friends, when you drink alcohol, it puts spirits in you that are not your own and makes you do things that normally you wouldn't do. Now, There are spirits all around us, and they fucking hate you. They hate you. You know why? Because you have what they don't. You have a body, you have the physical world, you have the Matrix. So, once you start drinking, the spirits get in you. And then the more you drink, it summons more spirits, and then the spirits take control. And they want to invite more spirits in. And this is the beginning of alcoholism. Once you're really in tune with the Matrix, you can see what happens to people. If you drive by a bar, you can literally see people's spirits floating over the bar, barely connected by a thread. By a thread. They call it a cord. And they're barely connected. Anything that takes you out of your consciousness, out of your body, even if it's meditation, leaves you vulnerable for things to step in you. And one last piece of advice I'll give you: never, ever, ever go into a storefront place to have your cards read, to see a psychic. I wouldn't even go into those stores that sell healing stuff, like incense and crystals and all of that. You know why? People go there with problems that you don't have. They have entities attached to them. Well, those entities linger. They wait. And they stick to you. You take them home with you. And then you have a moment of out-of-bodiness, whether it's deep sleep, whether it's drugs, alcohol, meditation. And guess what comes inside? And guess what starts to happen? Your life starts to get fucked up. Nothing works anymore. You don't know why, just everything seems to go wrong. You lose friends, people turn on you, you have money problems, your computer don't work right, your phone starts acting up. See, all of this is in the electral spectrum. And when you break it all down to the tiniest particles, the cell, the atom, it all comes down to electrons and part of this matrix. You're starting to piece it all together now, aren't you? You might have to listen to this again. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and scare the shit out of somebody today for fun.